Hello ladies and gentlemen, Azzakye here. I'm going to bring to you a video that compiles, or basically I'm going to uh, I'm going to read to you the campaigns, the challenges, and the pre-season the pre-order battle pass letter that you receive for pre-ordering the battle pass for next season. All of these lore pieces in this video for the Dynasty season. So, first off, we have the Great Ambitions. This covers week 1 to 4, I believe. So, warring lords battle one another, and a new generation shall be born under the axe's head. And then the actual season's core regions will be Maoyang. Regions available during the seasons are Longting and Liangyun. So this is Maoyang, this is Liangyun, and this is Longting. Continuing on, we have, you can't see my cursor. I believe this should cover week 1, 2, 3. So, in the week 1, to the east of Maoyang and Liangyun, the mountains are towering and the turbulent summer river rushes down from the golden hills. Surrounded by precarious, I have no idea how to say that word. Let's just go Google pronunciation. Oh my goodness. Ah, da 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 da. Precipitous.
Precipitous.
Wow, what a word! I've never seen that before. Okay, surrounded by precipitous terrain lies a rich and magnificent plain. Looking back on history, several Oriental dynasties have risen here, and the Black uh, Stellates, Stellas, Black Stellas, what's that word? And glazed pagodas all tell stories spanning a millennium. This is the land of Longting, today located on the plain where the mountains and water meet, lies the Qian Dynasty, capital Haojing. The Qian opened the Golden Road and once dominated the world. Of course, its powers inevitably declined and its land shrunk. As you may gather, the rise and fall of this period, spanning hundreds of years, began in Longting. Okay, so how that's supposed to be said is, as you may have gathered, as you may gather, as you may gather, as you may gather. Probably bad English there. As you may gather, the rise and fall of this period spanning the rise and fall of this period spanning. I think it's supposed to be it's all in present tense, so that's the weird thing. But anyway, continuing on, we got week 2. Week 2, while Buddha is merciful, another side to Buddha exists, a visage fury. I think it's visage. In the annals of history, the rise of various forces is often mixed with legends, and the Qian dynasty is no exception. Legend has it that at the time of its founding, the empire suffered from internal turmoil, that it was rescued by a mysterious group hidden within the mountains. They became the personal guards of the emperor and appeared during times of strife to help save the day. Some claimed them to be a group of outlaws. Others say that they are the souls of heroes who died in battle. There is no textual evidence to support either theory. They do not appear in any of the history books, perhaps only the deep bamboo forests within the palace of Haojing. The sound of staves and Buddha's name being heard faintly throughout the years is all that is recorded of these youthful monks and the Qian's path. Their body Their bodies were as strong as steel, their movements swift as the wind. They were good at formation, and they won every battle. All they left behind were the 18 staves standing amidst the bamboo forest. They were the cudgel monks. I keep saying cudgel. Cuddle. I keep trying to say cuddle. Cudgel. 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 Cudgel monks. So, of course, as you can see, they try to give a sort of history to the cudgel monks here, being some kind of personal bodyguard of the emperor in times of need. And then on to week 3. Week 3. The young general ended his morning practice with a grand explanation. With a grand explain. The young general ended his morning practice with a grand explain. I think that's supposed to be example of spearmanship. 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 He had walked a path of hardship, but having assumed control over Alyang, he finally had time for morning practice, and he could finally relax. More than 10 years have passed in the Qian Empire, the Qian Dynasty. They referred to it as an empire early on, and I'm now stuffing up. The Qian Dynasty founding, having stabilized Longting, the ambitious nation had resolved to march west over the desert to create a merchant road leading to the wealthy borderlands. And obviously, we head on to the next section from Longting over to Maoyang. So this is where Aliang is. So this explains that we're heading over towards Maoyang, then head over to the borderlands. So this is a representation of controlling Maoyang. The realm is in chaos. Any ambitious man striving for domination must have someone to rely on and must expand their lands. Core regions being Maoyang, regions available during this period. Yeah, that's all extra stuff. I'm just reading you to the lore parts. This should be for the next 2 weeks, so week 4 and week 5. So week 4, we have when the curious goods of Haojing first made their appearance in Conqueror's city, it was as if all the borderlands began to seethe in excitement. Seethe, what a word. Rumors began spreading of the affluent East. You had but to be brave enough to cross the vast desert for riches to be yours. Yeah, short but sweet. The bustling city of Haojing has grown even more magnificent since it was first built. It is now a melting pot of culture where people from different origins meet. The reason why the Qian dynasty is capable of tolerating this is due to the nation's terrifying might. They exist in Haojing, nay, the entire Qian dynasty, stories known to people of all ages. The Kaggle monks are benevolent, yet also visages of fury. They rescue strangers while remaining bound to no force, secluding themselves within the bamboo forests. The Madao battalion, never once defeated in battle, is comprised of the mightiest warriors of the land. They protect the people, the nation, and Qian's honor. For decades, the Qian's dynasty has survived in land where the weak fall and the strong strive. The strong survive. That Haojing may prosper as it does today is all thanks to the Madao battalion. They were created by the second emperor of the Qian dynasty, Li Fangtang. Li Fangtang? Tang? 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 Is it Tang? Tang? Fang? Fang Tang? Fang Tang? Fang Tang? The battalion waged plenty of wars over the decades and never suffered a single loss. That feat granted them immeasurable prestige. Their ranks are made up of the elite, and only wise and loyal warriors tempered by war, and boasting great physical strength. Wow, okay, so that's a long ass sentence. Their ranks are made up of the elite, and only wise and loyal warriors tempered by war, and it should actually read, their ranks are made up of the elite, and only wise. Wow, that's a weird ass sentence. So only wise and loyal warriors tempered by war and boasting great physical strength may join them. So I think it would have been greater if it was just like only wise. uh, It would have been better if you start with only warriors tempered by war that boasted great physical strength may join them, who were both. I don't know. That sentence is really hard to read. They guard the walls of Haojing upon which they stand clad in black heavy armor, halberd-esque weapons in their hand, meet their gaze, and what you see will be the eyes brimming with enmity and resolve. Their mission is to make Guian proud, uphold its values, and ensure it continues to flourish, and for that they may give their life, if so be. If so be. Never heard that way of saying it. So I'm pretty sure this week 5 introducing the. Oh, very interesting actually. Week 5 introducing the medal because week 1 and 2 should be the casual months, and then week 3 and 4 should be the gray hair garrisons, but no mention of the gray hair garrisons yet. Interesting. So heading on to week 6, which actually gives us into the middle part of um, the campaign, which is the Burning Lands. History is written by the victor. Any land trodden upon by the army's steel-clad hooves belong to the king. Obviously, phrase. So this is where they go towards. This is where we went towards the borderland. Week 6. Hao Jing, Qian's the dynasty. Wow. Hao Jing, the dynasty Qian's capital, lies in Guangzhou. Guangzhou. It borders Miaoyang to the west, the Central Plains to the east, and Liaoyong to the south. A golden trade uh, trade route slithers forth from Haoxing across the expanse of the borderlands. Valuable goods from the east and west are often transported here. In accordance to the stars in the sky, Quan Emperor erected desert fortresses to ensure the safety of traveling merchants and withstand the frequent bandit attacks. Young, capable warriors left their home to head west, high in spirit and a spring in their step. For them, guarding the glorious Guian dynasty was an honor, even here, far from the shining Haoxing. And as you can see in the background, you have a younger version of the Grey Hair Garrison. On to the 7th week, uh, 1064, ended in a winter unlike none before it. Arctic currents from the north billowed over the lands. The Taurians of the north headed to Miaoyang much easier than usual, pressing eastward all the way to Haoxing. A battle ensued upon the Golden Road, a battle that came to be known as the Longix Long. Wow, is that a Longzik Zongzi Longzi Long Longxi Longzi winter battle? Following the battle, the Taurian cavalry had been beaten, yet Qian had similarly lost most of their elite troops. The remnant of their armies was stationed in Miaoyang to repel further invaders in Linwu Fortress itself. Okay, so right now these weak are disjointed from the campaign, so probably going to be weird. So I think in the future I will read the campaigns and the challenges separately as their own contained thing. So just but for now, just going to continue with the pattern. The people gazed upon the royal authority amidst endless conflict. So 2 more weeks for here. And it talks about history here. The Taurian cavalry had been harassing Maoyang for many a year, and Guian slowly began losing their grip of the region. Haojing power waned over the years, yet the soldiers defended the city were unawares. Were unawares? Were unawared? Were unaware? Were unawares. Many a moon they defended their hair growing grayer by the day as they collected the tags of their fallen. Still they held fast, believing firmly that the ground they stood upon belonged to Qian, their nation, their honor. They fought with their lives on the line, knowing full well they themselves were unlikely to return home. Week 9. The final bastion was likewise set ablaze following a large skirmish. The enemy retreated for now, yet the remaining soldiers lacked the power to mend the now crumbled walls. It was apparent to them that this would be their last stand, that if the fortress were to fall, they would fall with it. They faced this truth with calm as they rested to muster their last bit of strength. While they all boasted grey hair and broken armors, they stood straight and tall. Someone jokingly said that they should call themselves the Grey Hair Garrison, that's a dumb origin name, and spread word of it, so as to leave a final mark upon the world. But with age comes wisdom, the words that with age comes wisdom. The words that echoed throughout the land were the grey hair garrisons shall never retreat while we still draw breath. Hmm. Although that doesn't make not very good in English. Again, grey hair garrison is not a very good name. Again, the origin of the name was pretty sucky there. And the supreme glory. A true warlord is not content with a mere corner of the land, while many lords throw coveting gazes upon the royal capital. Only one may sit atop the throne. Very strange that Long Ting is not the focus, but actually it's Aliang and Daishen. Although Daishen was kind of like a side thing. And finally, the 10th week, life comes and life goes. Fires dotted the broken walls like stars upon the sky, the flames illuminating the tags in their hand. Just as the magnificent Haojing once lit up the night sky, a starry river slithers across the land, a sight that perhaps a sight that perhaps only truly exists within ballads. And that's the closing week. Now, with all of that done, we also have the help request from afar. So this is leading to the next season. An urgent message to all warlords. Esteemed warlords, I hope this message finds you well. Time is of the essence, and I have information I must share with you. The rebels have already formed an army and have besieged several cities in the borderlands. Where they go, tragedy and murder follows. Their leader is a man named Cambius. I'm going to see if I can get Google to tell me how to say this word. Well, let's go with
Cambyses.
Cambyses. Their leader is a man named Cambyses, who claimed himself to be a descendant of the ancient Saracen? Of the ancient Saracen Empire. His eyes are set on Conqueror's city itself. We have sent forces in an attempt to quell him, yet more cities fall every day. The borderlands are in utter chaos, and the lord of various city-states are no longer under one banner. Some have decided to fight till their death, whereas others are fleeing far and wide. Even worse still are the ones wishing to surrender to the rebels. This is too much humiliation for me to take. It violates all the pledges we have made. This is neither the end nor this is neither the end nor fate of a single city-state. This is a time of danger for the whole of the borderlands. While the Conqueror's city throne stands empty with no true king upon it, we refuse to allow such worthless trash to defile the holy city. I have heard I have heard say that you fight for the greater good. I hereby request you send your forces to the borderland to repel the rebels and reclaim our honor and restore our order. However, I also implore you to proceed with caution. Cambias has established a new army. While they do not wage war in conventional ways, they are nonetheless a force to be reckoned with. I myself cannot tell what strategy they employ now that it is a meld of all manners of things, gunpowder, javelins, and techniques, or murder only heard about in fairy tales. I hope you make haste, and that the journey goes well. The Borderlands Guardian Knight. And those are all the lore pieces for this season, I believe. That is the besides all the quests, I don't. Maybe I'll think about making a collection of the quests. I don't think so. I'm gonna try this out for once, but that is the challenges or the weekly lore pieces plus the campaign lore pieces, and then finally the letter from afar or the pre-season, the pre-order of the battle pass for the next season, Tyranny. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Uh, that is all for this video. My name's Azzakye. Have a nice day. Bye, guys.